Fibonacci's on steroids. This is Bag of Dawn at StockMarketCaddy.com. This is January 29th at about 5 p.m. And we want to take a look at the S&P through the eyes of the ES futures contract on a weekly basis. In this chart we have been we started, oh my god, months and years ago. And we're making just some minor tweaks to it. But let me just show you something. This is the low area. Let me just maintain these settings here for us. This is the March 9th low of the S&P in 2009. And what we simply did probably back when price was here, we drew a little Fibonacci from this low to this high, back to this low, significant low, and we did a Fibonacci extension. And quite frankly, we thought that the markets were going to poop out right here. Most will do a 618 extension. Generally, 100% extension, you see a significant pullback. We didn't. We ran up. We paused at the 1.38 extension and came off of that. In fact, we made a lower low. And if you remember some of the fast money boys there, the guy who looks like a boxer, he even said on a weekly basis, we made a lower low, and on a weekly basis, we're going lower. Lo and behold, we held, and up we went. So what I wanted to show you is on this Fibonacci, from this being A, B, C, the price extension, 1618 is 2187.39, but we have blown through that, right? We're up in here someplace. Well, for the moment, just ignore these little faint lines, and I have to we're up so high my chart can't reach it. I've got to now go to the next Fibonacci extension, which is 178.60. 178.60. And what does that give us for a price of 23.17? 23.17. Now, we also have embedded in here, now this is the long term from the original, bull run, if you will, from 09. Okay? This is the next, significant level, okay? All probabilities, we are on borrowed time. But let me also show you on a time cycle, using this as a time cycle, it's taken us almost 7 years. If I bring this down to be where we are right now, you can see the time cycle. I tried to get it as close in here as I could. Give or take, it's approximately 360 weeks to make that move from A to B to C to D up here, to almost 360 weeks. Now, embedded in here are additional Fibonacci's. We are putting Fibonacci extensions on top of each other. And we start this one at this point because we made on a weekly basis. You could have said the trend was broken in here, and folks may have beginning to think they were seeing the start of a head and shoulders, and that this was the end and we were going to die out. But we didn't. We went on. So we count this as A, and then up here to the B, and then we actually come down to Nathan's low here, where he said the trend was broken. For the C point, and then we do an extension. So if you were to do an A to B to C to D, the 1618 extension of that move would be where? 2309. 2309, if you can see it in here, and I'll try to zoom in for everybody so you can see these numbers. So we have 2317 when we have 2309. But we've got, if anybody was watching the Fast Money Boys, we had Grasso drawing yet another Fibonacci, and he drew it starting from here, A to B to the C point, and drew up another Fibonacci. And in fact, you could probably sneak another one in here. We're going, we're on steroids. So this latest Fibonacci, the 138 extension is 2350. The 161 is 2413. The crazy part of this is that this big move took us 360 weeks. This move, I can't even draw the semicircles in here, to get where we are, took us about 120 weeks. And then this last one only took us about 52. So we are accelerating, not just in price going parabolic, but in time. We are literally almost cutting the time in half as we accelerate. In our view, there's no question, the markets are parabolic now. We're going to hit significant resistance right where we are. And based on this structure, probably the outside would be 24.13. But when you go parabolic, anything's possible. So I just want to give you that view that we're looking at. When this thing peters out, don't forget we have the mirror image. Let's let me bring this back up. See if we can bring into view. I'm sorry, I had meant to bring in. Hold on. Okay, folks, what I wanted to bring into view. So as we make this, now we're making a parabolic. The whole thing was a parabolic move in our view, but now we're making a parabolic move both in price and on time. We're cutting it in half. Significant. We're getting a lot of convergence up in here. So anywhere between where we are right now, which tonight, if we don't open lower, which I wouldn't be surprised that we do, but we're trading on the ES at 22.89 and 23. This area of 23.09, 23.17, this 23.50 area is going to be real significant resistance area on the outside shot, at 24.13. But we think we'll see a top out here and a very sharp reversal. And we ultimately think, folks, that we're going to be back in here very, very quickly, wiping out these parabolic gains, and ultimately, coming back down into this area around the 1400 area. But it's obviously going to take some time. But as we know, price advances on stair steps and on that wall of worry. And then usually it's like like a falling elevator on the way down. Let me minimize something here, and then of course let's not forget the Rorschach test, which is what but our VIX. And here's the VIX structure, and that is literally, if I can bring this into view, is literally off the charts as well. So we have massive long positions, on the indices, massive short positions on the VIX, massive short positions in the yen, and a massive short position on the 10-year bond. So any kind of failure up here is going to generate a tremendous short covering spike in the VIX, tremendous move in treasuries, and that's a move up, yields down, and a tremendous move in the Japanese yen. And we also could see in that move, which would not be expected, we actually might see a tremendous crack in the dollar. If you follow that through, it would be a crack in the dollar generating a tremendous move in gold. Potentially. We'll see, folks. We are in uncharted waters, and Mr. Fibonacci, wherever he lay, he is turning over in his grave, because the theory of Fibonacci reversals is being tested, and we're building one on top of the other. I'm Bagadon at StockMarketCaddy.com. This is not what we do day in and day out. We generally trade shorter time frames on a proprietary system, but I thought, with the Fast Money boys looking at Fibonacci's, I thought it was a bit dishonest just to show this latest Fibonacci without going back in time and offering a perspective. Again, Bagadon, Stock Market Caddy, give us a look on our website. Good luck.